And this time we start with applause.
Round of applause. Round of applause.
I'm not sure why yet.
Yeah, we start with applause because, ladies and gentlemen, first, welcome to Offside and Order Bounce. This is episode numero 10.
You know, it's Spanish. Congratulations.
That's 10 in Spanish for who doesn't know.
Congratulations.
That's 10 in Spanish.
Tell them that we Venezuelan heritage coming out there.
We have.
I'm trying to remember how to say 10 in German because I learned this in 8th grade. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Breaking jack off. Breaking jack.
For our two fans in Germany, I'm sorry.
All right, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry too. I'm not co-signing this.
We actually have a German guy, a Trini German. Joel, he's supposed to be on us. He hasn't been on yet because he timed the French stuff. But
he ain't coming on now.
Yeah, you just run him like a dog. You just
they go that
like,
guess.
You don't even know what you just say. You probably know you just cuss him.
Are you back and off? That's 10.
He could have told us
all
about the Oktoberfest.
I absolutely don't. I don't co-sign this.
Whatever. Anyway, guys, I think so. What we want to do, like for the 10th episode, I'm saying we're in international break. I mean, how football stuff we could talk about, but I think it's a good opportunity for us to reflect. Yes, I'm getting mushy. Let's reflect a bit on what it's been like. I mean, my second go around with this, really. For you guys, might be your first time going around. Like, I mean, what it's like. We became famous, internationally famous. We have people all over the world who know about us. We have one guy in Ukraine. We know at least one guy in South Africa. Where else we have people? We haven't checked the data for a while, but we have people all over the world who know us. So I just say we want to talk about it a bit, see what it's like, what it's been like, What do you say about that, Yankee boy?
Well, I think I'm okay with that. I think this is a good time to reflect. And I feel like we were on the same wavelength because if I may impose upon you,
I know some shit you're coming with, though, but go ahead.
I was thinking of ways to express my 10th episode. So I wrote a couple things down. Okay.
You went the extra mile. You just have to write.
Well, I mean, I'm a teacher, right? So you got to prepare. You got to plan this out. And I'm elementary. So, I learn from the kids all the time. I wish I was middle school, high school, but I rock with them. So I am them and they are me. Why I think this is the greatest podcast ever by Lamar Hughes. I don't understand. Anyway, I think this is the greatest podcast ever. This is the greatest idea from my big brother who said we have to find a way to get out of debt. And I think that this is a great idea for us. I get to spend time with my nephew. That's my brother's son, if you don't know how that works. And then my brother said, because of this, I can do anything. So when I start my... Wait, no. When I start my own podcast, I'm going to use this as inspiration. Thank you very much. I just thought of that.
How many of those essays have you gotten over your years as an elementary school teacher?
A lot.
How many?
I get the impression you're reading from an actual essay right now. One of your kids did that.
Yeah. Somebody do an essay and he just think child.
You know what kid did that when all of a sudden they say this was a stupendous occasion of ginormous. What's that word, Mr. Hughes? Ginormous. Ginormous proportions. That's how I know somebody helped them a little bit. Yeah.
That reminds me, like I had when I was in Form 2, that would have been like about like 13, 12, 13. So I had some classmates. He got a dictionary, and he decided he's going every essay we have, he's going to use this big word, and he will just go to the dictionary and find this word inorgamity, and he'll find a way to put inorgamity in his essay in proper context and everything. He did it for a few weeks well, but it's always a word that fit in context.
Do you know who does that? Every week, it's part of their game.
Yeah, he told me about Clyde.
Clyde does that. Walt Frazier does that, Jordan.
Walt Frazier, yeah.
You know who that is, Jordan? Walt Frazier's the announcer for the Knicks. If you ever watch a Knicks game,
Okay,
right?
well,
He's old now. He's in his 70s. I mean, yeah.
I think I know the voice here.
If you see him, you know him. If you see him,
Yeah.
So he's been a broadcaster for about 40 years now. And he went through a stretch before every game he would find a word in the dictionary, a random word, and study it for the day and find a way to use it in his broadcast. So
you see, that makes you better. That makes you better.
It does.
Really?
It challenges. It does, because it challenges you to find ways to use words that you're not familiar with.
How about just read a book? How about just do a lot of reading? That expands.
I mean, it does, but it's different when you actually have to speak. I remember that announcing thing that he doing that live. That's a different skill set altogether. So they also need to be very well versed in language, being able, because you don't want to hear them coming out and saying the same thing every night. Oh, this was a good this, this was a good that.
That was an enormous dunk. That he.
You see, that's why you're not an announcer. That's why you're a podcaster.
And sometimes you forget as the father and use the son.
Right, true. When he game tongue, you want to bring this father.
If it's one thing this podcast doing this teach me is my son using this opportunity to step off, to do some line stepping, some line crossing.
And I even step any line across it.
He crossing some lines right there, and he doing it with ease.
You trying to say, Richard, he a habitual line crosser?
Yeah, habitual line crosser. Habitual line crosser. Every night for the past 9 episodes, he finds a way to cross that line, and you know your father can't do nothing.
9 episodes plus 2 breaks.
2 breaks and
a post-match review.
And a post-match review.
Yeah.
And he's giving me. Yeah. And he knows he could cross that line and get away with it.
Where you go?
It's okay.
Where we go do?
Big money assets. Big money assets. Who we missing on this podcast?
We are not kept tonight.
Well, we are not kept tonight, but I'm talking about one of the things I think we haven't been able to do yet is have a lot more guests on. I think we had a real good time when Brian was on. We had a good time when
with Jonathan
was on. Jonathan was a really good episode.
Yeah,
but I think the timing with it though, like having
that's really the biggest problem with guests, getting them everybody scheduled to line up. But I think that one that we did with Jonathan was probably like our best. That format probably would be the best, getting like a day when we could record it and then just have that and then put it into another episode, because that way you don't have the pressure of having to, especially how the time that we normally record. It eliminates that issue, because that might be an issue for most persons. Like, nobody ain't coming here this hour to record no podcast.
I thought by now we might have done a live.
I think we just need while we're very famous, we just need to be a little more famous, a little bit more famous.
I disagree. We might be saying the same thing, Jordan. We need to go for the gusto and start hitting up some of these spots and start hitting up these Liverpool spots for these Sunday games, Richard. For real.
Can't be Sunday games, boy. Our church Sunday.
Saturday.
How much church you miss already? Wait, we need to address this. He stayed from church a second time to watch Liverpool lose. I tell you, go in the people church. Go in the people church.
2 days I stayed from church, we lost.
So
to Manchester teams.
So this is your fault.
I think it is. I think it is.
Again,
Go to church.
if it's my fault the Yankees got eliminated, your fault. That
Hey, like,
the
go that one.
2 games
That one.
when you
You
should have been in church.
I just want to put on the record. I warned him before. I say, hey, you're going to church? He said, nah, I can't go to church for this one. I have to stay home and watch it. All right.
You see. I'm looking for a little sympathy from my son. A little
Nah,
sympathy.
we don't have that here.
Nothing.
We don't have that here. We don't have
Crossing
that
that
here.
line again. Crossing.
You know, he's actually right. If I had to look at it objectively, and I believe in the universe told you something the first time. They told you.
Hey.
And you
Well,
did.
Well, okay. No, we had a difference. We had a difference. Here's the difference. Yes, they were both Manchester teams.
Uh-huh.
One team plays in red, the other team plays in blue.
Oh,
So
okay. That was the difference. Oh, you
That's
thought
the difference.
you
So,
thought it was different.
So that's why I work different with the red team and the blue team. So I
Oh,
went with that, and it didn't work out that well.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
At least you had a front row seat to watch what Man City did. At least you could have sit down and watch it.
I don't know.
Start
I
to
don't know.
finish.
I don't know what they're talking about because as far as I'm concerned, last Sunday didn't happen.
Oh.
No football happened.
But it did
And
happen. But it did. But pause. It did happen.
What happened? What happened?
Do I get the pleasure of saying it?
Nothing happened. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing happened. Nothing happened last Sunday. I don't
Nothing
know what
happened.
you guys are talking about. I don't know
I
what
mean,
you're talking about.
I
And we move on.
No,
Hey,
we can't move on.
How's that 65 going? By the way, I meant to ask you that. How's that 65 going?
Well, no. So two things to address there. One,
Okay.
I haven't done. Remember we are doing it simultaneously, right?
Mhm.
So we hit a point where TikTok started giving me one set of trouble. TikTok, I think it was a shadow ban. I first time I heard about shadow ban, and nothing ain't happening. So I stopped that for a while, waiting to give it some time to ease off, and then go back in. And I think around that time or just after, our favorite person whose name we don't want to mention, he appeared on the scene, and it coincided with us starting to lose games. But I haven't gone back yet, but I have to go back because I put my neck out there. I can't be hiding now, so I gotta go back in there. So that is one part of it. The road to 65 there, but the 65 part, that we ain't have that this year. We can't win 4.
I ain't know if you're winning 3. I ain't know if you're winning 3 right now. The way everything looking, it even look like it winning 3.
I don't.
But I ain't pick Liverpool. I can tell you it ain't them. I know that, and I didn't wait until Sunday.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, but listen. The thing about it is, the funny thing about it is like we've been in spaces like this before, like losing, right? We went through with the losing and club with when it was COVID. We understood what that was. We had a bunch of injuries. We understood that. We played. Roy Hodgson was the manager, boss. Roy Hodgson was the manager, and we losing, so we know why we losing because Roy Hodgson is the manager. Like even the time with Brendan, it's Brendan. We're gonna lose because Brendan talk a bunch of shit, so you're gonna lose. But even though we losing now, like there's a frustration that goes with it. But I think collectively everybody knows is something that's missing. There's a click that's missing.
Do you
What
do you think is that, yeah.
What is happening now is what people anticipated happening last year with a new coach, new thing. Everybody thought like that was going to be it, right?
Mm-hmm.
We went past that. Like there's no doubts about Slot's ability as a coach. There's no doubt that this team is a better team than before. But something didn't click. Not clicking yet. And I think one person or a few people put that out there in the beginning when they're pulling pieces together. It's like, you don't make so many changes and expect it to work. There's a bunch of changes we make, and we had a lot of players we lost. We lost some key players. We had Jota, rest in peace. Diaz left. Trent left. Like those were key pieces to the team.
Mhm.
Manager has to incorporate a bunch of new players in now. So, but something just not happened. I mean, I have a theory which we could talk about later on, but there isn't a panic. That's everybody. We're frustrated, but there are no calls for the coach. Not you're supposed to be calling for that coach head.
I don't think the calls would come yet because again he has some money in the bank. If last year didn't happen,
If last year didn't happen, correct.
if last year
correct.
didn't happen, he would have been on
Correct.
that pressure right
Yeah.
now.
He has the season. He has the season. He has the season.
Yeah, I think he even has in following season. Depending on how the season goes. Depending on how the season goes. Well, fair. But my question: do you think that Liverpool has a major defensive issue right now? Because as much as you're losing, I think the biggest issue is how many goals you concede in games. Because like that wasn't happening last season one. Like conceding that amount of goals.
Let's take this game. Let's take this City game, right? The one goal that stands out as we have no questions around that goal is Doku's goal.
Right.
Straight, earned it, boom. Nobody could stop that. Right? And I have to give him some props because we knew since he started, he had about 5-6 games and he fell off and we were like, yo, that's it he got. But no, this game he showed up.
I should play the little video I gave about with Doku.
Yeah,
Conor Bradley.
Yeah. Oh, he roasted Conor Bradley. Oh, shoot. So,
Conor Bradley had a.
Let me line it up. But what I say to that is, the defensive. So that goal is the goal. Now take the other two goals, right? Haaland has no clue about that first goal.
Yeah, we know. Yeah,
right.
We know.
A million things could have happened. Konate could have put it back. He tried to flick it over.
Right. Just came directly off Haaland head. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. The second goal was what? Double deflection through his leg and a deflection. These things happen, right? So do you account for those as defensive errors? For the goals per se, I think nah. Definitely the third goal, hands up to that. I still think the team's problem, given the multiple pieces, is the dynamic. And I don't want this to come across the wrong way as though I'm blaming one player. I still go with Salah.
I don't know what's his issue with Chiesa.
I don't know what is his issue with playing Chiesa. Because the thing with Salah is and it's clear. We played what? How many games we played? 10 games? 11 games in the league?
I think so, yeah.
Nobody is scared of Salah.
And not this game. No, this game and the game before. The game against Real Madrid?
Yeah.
You win that game, but I was watching Salah, I was watching it with one of my coworkers, and he just saying, he's the Man U fan, my supervisor. He's like, Salah match go on, dog. Salah powers go on, because
they're not scared of him.
It's simple passes that he used to make before.
Yes.
Simple moves he used to make before that. Like that last breakaway that was supposed to happen against Real Madrid, when he was just supposed to release, I think it was Chiesa herself.
Yep.
He was just supposed to release Chiesa, and you see that Salah in that play 9 times out of 10, he makes that pass. And it just going straight to another player now.
When you have a key piece on your plate like that, not clicking, right? Whatever the reason is. I mean, he's not the outlet player because Trent not there to give him the immediate pass all the time. That's not happening anymore. And look how many times against City, one-on-one with that defender, O'Reilly. Who is O'Reilly's name? Nobody knows this dude.
O'Reilly did what he had to do.
Salah, but the thing about it is it's not like O'Reilly had to do anything.
Yeah, Salah
going to want to put him, and he just can't get past him. He overtouched the ball. He'll miss the dribble. it just not happening. And these things, you gotta rotate him. Now think about
But
it again. The one game where we showed up and opened up, he didn't play.
He didn't play against
PSG,
Frankfurt.
PSV,
The
Frankfurt. Sorry, Frankfurt.
Frankfurt,
Yeah,
yeah.
Frankfurt. Yeah, he scored 5 goals that game.
Yeah, well, you know how the saying goes. Sometimes you have to leave the football before the football leave you.
Yeah,
And right now, it looking like the football leaving him.
I
I mean, he still had time. He still had time.
So I think I want to put on the because we have to acknowledge
Jeremy
my boy
Doku.
Bradley. Jeremy Doku
He
killed that game. I was genuinely scared in the first half every time he touched the ball. Like after about 15 minutes, every time the ball got, I was like, oh shit, we're in trouble. Oh shit, we're in trouble. More than I felt when we played Real Madrid.
Yeah, no, I get you there because Real Madrid are not as good as a team as City are, and even with their dribblers, they not like I don't know why it is with Real Madrid. If you have somebody who is defensively not structured is not the word I'm looking for, but like they do what they have to do. You could sometimes you could mark Vinicius out the game. Sometimes look this even this last game they played against Rayo Vallecano. Mbappe had 2 shots or I think 1. It have ways, especially if you play that like a defensive game, it have ways to stifle them and get them out the game. But way how City would set up, and I was watching an analysis on it. It was like Liverpool tried to pack the midfield. So Pep went to the wings, and the wing was always available for him. And Jeremy Doku keep taking them opportunities, and he went at Conor Bradley. And it's not a slight on Conor Bradley. He didn't do anything wrong. It's just Doku was just one of those nights where he's like, look, hands up to you, do everything you want to do.
Look the play with the penalty. The play with the penalty.
How he get that ball back?
But look how he get the ball back. He get the ball back. Konate cleared it back on Bradley. Back into him.
Back in the foot is like.
But this summarize.
What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to chase after them? How am I going to look after them? I've got no legs.
After running at Jeremy Doku for 45 minutes, that was him in the locker room. He was like, "What do you want me to do?
I have no legs. I have no legs.
What do you want me to do?"
Yeah, I had. This was the first time we got beaten like that from City, and it was with a full squad.
Yeah, and what I would say though, it City is slowly becoming City again, and if Arsenal, if we're going off of this, if we saying that Liverpool out the title race, right? I don't think Chelsea had the wherewithal to push straight through to the end, right. So it's going to end up at Arsenal City. If Arsenal wants to win the league this year, they have to be perfect. They cannot drop points anyway. Like what they did this weekend, they can't do it because if this version of City is what is back, they are not going to lose to many teams. They're not going to drop many points. Arsenal has to be perfect.
Which is some consolation for me. As bad as Liverpool, the consolation for me is that okay, we lost to City. I mean, City 4 points behind them. Okay, there's a title chase. Arsenal could get pulled back. That's what I enjoyed about.
You know how frustrated it must be to be an Arsenal fan because every time, like a side falls off, they're never able to capitalize on it.
Yeah,
City fall off, Liverpool will win it.
This year,
Liverpool fall off, the City could come and win it. Like when the opportunity is there, because Arsenal is always in the mix. And you would think, okay, at some point, City might fall off, Liverpool might fall off, Arsenal could get it. This season, I was thinking, if it's the same City as last year, and Liverpool falling off like this, everything set up for Arsenal. But if what they do against Liverpool is modus operandi for the rest of the season, crap will smoke everybody in the Premier League spike. And
Everybody.
not the Premier League, Champions League too.
Let me say this.
Champions
Let me
League
say this.
too.
I'm not surprised that Liverpool lost that way Sunday. I'll tell you why. The Champions League game, they look ridiculous during the week. City, that is.
Yeah.
He looked. I
Yeah.
said, oh shit! This is what we're up against. All right, we have a game. So I'm not surprised. But if those two games mean that City is back, Arsenal should be quaking in the boots right now, which would be fun for me.
Pep find whatever he needed to get them fellas to do, and they understand the business now. And Pep come. I honestly at this point do not want to face them in a 2-leg tie.
Yeah.
And I do not want to face them in no knockout scenario at all.
Mm.
I real good. Them if that is what I going to be meeting, and the state my club in right now, we have some iron things to iron out. We not in a horrible state, but not if we play most of the Premier League sides right now, as we are right now, we're gonna lose. We have some things to iron out still.
I don't feel that I mean, City good. I don't feel that way with this City as how I felt about other City teams. They're good.
I no
good.
because it's
wrong.
early. It's still early because they're not
Yeah.
as dominant yet as those other City teams was by this stage of the season. But I just saying if this is what they're gonna be for the rest of the season, come
Arsenal.
February, come March, they're going to be a problem.
Going to be a problem for Arsenal.
They're going to be yeah.
So
They're going to be Arsenal cannot drop points. Arsenal cannot lose games. They cannot draw games. City will just keep winning.
Yeah.
And this will
Yankee
be
boy,
crazy.
you've
Yeah.
had how many? What we in November now? This is your first time. You've gotten quarter. Is it we said like quarter this season? Not quarter. We say
Of which
quarter.
season?
Well,
More
quarter of the football season. We could say that
Yeah,
quarter of the
yeah.
We're
football
about
season.
half.
Quarter.
We're like halfway done.
No,
not yet.
half,
No, we reach
you ain't half yet,
December.
dude.
December is like half. December around December, so you could say half.
Yeah, you ain't hit
Teams
half
are
yet.
in the 9th, 10th game already.
It's
And
38.
a half. It's 38
That's
game, and that's
38.
just 38 game, and that's just
That's
the
just-
Premier
that's
League.
just the
That's just the
league.
league.
I'm
That's just the
thinking
league.
Pause. I'm thinking my football. Sorry.
Oh,
Carry on.
We don't care about that. We don't care about that. You crazy? We don't care about that.
we're not trying to talk about the Giants here. We're not trying to talk about them.
We're not talking the Giants. No.
Hell no. So
I
you've
feel-
experienced quarter, I
Yes.
think, of a football season,
Yes.
and we're not just talking about the English league because we cover La Liga, we cover the different leagues, Champions League, everything. So you hear Jordy and I talk about everything that's going on. What has been your impressions as a first time follower of a season?
I think y'all are nuts. And
Yeah, that's a given.
I say that with love.
That's
No,
a
you had
given.
to. I think it had to be nuts to love this sport. It had to
And
be a little loose screws here and there.
because in baseball, nothing is determined after a quarter of a season, right? The 40 games is the quarter mark out of 162. You can't establish anything. Basketball, same thing. A quarter of the season is 20 games. You can't really establish anything when you've got 60 more to go. Football, yes, because the season is short. By week 4, we can weed out who's moving on in the playoffs, who's somebody to pay attention to, who's going fishing in December. You can kind of do that, right?
4?
Yeah, I knew after week 4 the Giants were done.
But wait, does it count if it's the Giants? Does it count
but
for them?
It was like,
No, I mean, it's easy to determine who's going to be out, but what about like you could?
Can you okay? Do you think you can
winner?
determine who going win it now? Who looking most likely to win right now? I feel like for all the footballers be so
no,
it could be anything every year.
it
Any
can't.
year, there's no like clear cut winner every year.
And I think this year it's very wide open. I mean, you want to say Kansas City because you stick with the champs until they get beat. You want to say Philly You stick with the champs until they get beat, but both of them look very, very beatable. So no one really stands out. And I say all that to say, outside of football, this stage of the season, nobody is really sweating the ball club. They're not sweating anything. Y'all are like all in 10 games into the year.
Yeah.
You're already projecting the final 3 quarters of the year, and like this matters just as much. It's like, whoa, slow down. But it's what kind of makes it fun. You know?
Yeah.
Because a perfect example of it is the neutral site game, the game in Miami that got canceled.
Right.
That's
Right.
only 9 games into the year. Any sport is doing that because they've done it. If you're gonna do it, now's the time to do it. Don't do it at the end of the year. Do it now.
Yeah.
And y'all were like, no, absolutely not. No.
Nope.
Like,
The
and I was like, but what does it matter? It's a
Oh, it
quarter
matters.
of the year. Absolutely.
every
Every
game counts.
every game counts.
Every point counts.
But you see
Every
how you just
game
have an
counts.
answer for that? You see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matters.
And baseball, we're like, yeah, don't do it. Okay. It's not August. It's not September. That's when the season really matters. You want to get off to a good start, yeah. But August and September is your season. Everything else is fluff.
We don't have fluff, dude. We don't have fluff.
Yeah, that's
Fluff
and because
the first 2 games might be fluff. That's it.
I can't even understand the concept of how like a loss is just okay, because like you would say a team went let me say like 60 and wherever the balance is for the NBA season. In football, it'll be like, what? You lost how much games? You what? you lost how much games? No, yeah. That's just how that's.
I mean, 50 wins is the magic number. You get to 50 wins, you had a very solid year.
We
But I think-
cannot lose. You lose 5 games. You lose 5 games for the entire season, and those 5 games could determine your entire season.
But come back to what we
Depending
spoke
on what
about.
you going for.
What we spoke about in the very first episode, the concept of playoffs, right?
Yeah.
Where you guys could lose a game, and because you're still ready, you're getting ready to get onto your second stage of the season,
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
the playoffs.
Right.
Our Champions League, the new format of the Champions League, is the only game, the only competition where we have that opportunity kind of way, but
I know it.
kind of way. And we say kind of way because although the concept is the same, the first 8 games, you have to win those games.
It's so amazing to me. That passion, that
You
It's
have
just-
to win those games.
It's just 10 games. Like right now in the current, Barca has played 4 games so far. Yeah. We've won 2, lost 1, drawn 1. That's not sounding bad.
Right.
No. There are sides that won all 4. And you winning that 4 determines them not going into the what NBA has as the playing. They winning that 4 prevents them from having to go into that playing game. Nobody wants to go in the playing, but only 8 teams out of 36 could avoid the playing.
It's like
But what is interesting though? 1 second though. What is interesting though is the first season, right?
Yeah.
Going to the plane or not didn't matter because look
Yeah.
who won and look where
Yeah,
they
and then-
were.
Yeah.
So
a
the lower
playing
teams
side won the entire thing. Yeah.
won the entire thing.
Mhm.
No, that was the first season, right? I mean, people were still. I think a lot of teams went in with the approach that, all right, it's 1 game. If you lose that game, it's no big deal. But 1 loss turned into 2
The
losses,
difference. Yeah.
and that
And
made
then
difference.
it was the difference between 8 and 9. 9 and
right.
10. And then on top of that, you want to be higher, so you have a favorable chance of playing a lower ranked team, because obviously 9 to play 24,
Mm-hmm.
10 to. But if you in the middle, there's a chance you might play a side that is just as strong as you. You don't want that.
You don't want that.
You don't want that. So even though you don't make the top 8, you still want to make the top 12 at
You wanna be
least.
You want to be 9 to 12. You want to be 9
Yeah.
to 12.
And,
You don't
and
wanna-
that
you just
and,
wanna-
and when you
you
play
don't
in a
wanna back into the
situation where you play in a situation where 1 loss or 1 draw could could determine 8 to 10.
Yeah.
8 to 12. That's like you can't afford to lose any games. So we don't have that leeway of you could lose a game. I hate to lose. You see that when you just lose and you just be able to speak around it and justify it. I hate to lose. Anytime I lose, I'm in a bad mood.
Yo,
I'm in a bad mood.
I only do that because I've been a good sport here.
I'm in a bad mood. Watch me. I like to watch everything football related when we win. When we lose, I don't even go on YouTube.
Nothing.
I don't go on Twitter.
I don't go on YouTube.
I don't see nothing.
I don't see nothing.
Because I upset. I upset.
Yes,
I vex.
Yo, you guys don't know. I'm just here doing this because I'm supposed to. Right? You call me, I'm coming out. Right. But outside that, boss man, I ain't talking nothing. I want to do nothing to do nothing.
Fascinating. I find that fascinating.
I vex anytime. Just know. Anytime Barca lose, I in a bad mood. I might be like, yeah. You think I was happy when we lost that Clasico? I was pissed. But you know what? It was my mother's wedding, so I needed to smile. I needed to smile.
Is it because so many of your games ride on one? Your season rides on so many one games. Everything is compressed into a smaller season. So every game matters. That's why you get annoyed.
The defeats matter differently
depending on the competition. Yeah.
Depending on the competition. So you see, like last season, Liverpool lost coming on to the end after they won the league.
Yeah,
they lost those games afterward. That didn't matter. Nobody cared.
Yeah. You take those losses and you're like, whatever. Those are the losses. You would be like, okay.
Even if the season wasn't decided yet, you have a margin, you have a space where you could afford to lose, and you would lose those games. It doesn't matter. But in the competitive part of the game of the season, when things are tight, or if you have a team that's jumping out, and you're in a position where you may have to play catch up with that team, dude, you don't want to lose.
You don't drop no point. You don't want to draw. You don't want to
draw. A draw is a defeat. You watch Arsenal fans how they behave with that draw on Saturday.
Yeah.
They're on top of the league right now. They were
4 points ahead on top of the league, and they went to a very tough away ground, and they pissed like they just lost everything.
Yeah,
because that's how narrow it is. Because if they draw another game and City wins, that 4 points turns to 1.
So
and
they would have been hoping that Liverpool win on Sunday, because Liverpool would have been 5 points behind, or a draw. A draw is the perfect result because both teams would have dropped points.
Liverpool, see, we don't get that in baseball. All of this that really is eating at your craw. September.
Yeah, you wouldn't get it in August with us. August, September, you might be okay. You're feeling it out. By October, any drop points, you're feeling it. You're upsetting you. You're feeling it. By October to May, you upset by any loss. Any loss. The only time you're not upset is as Daddy said, when you have that, when it coming down to April, May, and let's say you have like a gap where winning the league is almost a conclusion now, and you just need to win certain games. A loss here or there, you will take it because you think the team good enough, or if they're in the position where they have this gap, is because the team good enough to win. So you think they will figure it out by then. But from any time before that, you're stressed out. You're stressed out. Look, this weekend, Real Madrid and Barcelona played the same day. Before the game, Real Madrid was 5 points ahead of us because they beat us in the Clasico. They dropped points against Rayo Vallecano. They draw the game, so they get 1 point. They're on 6 points. They draw that game. We won our game. What they started with 5 and then with 3. Real Madrid fans are upset. You would swear they just lost against us simply because they dropped points and we won. Yeah, they vexed. They upset. They're still ahead. They're 3 points ahead, but all it takes is one more drop point, one more lost game, or one more drawn game, and we right back neck and neck with them. And that's how the margins are. I mean, especially in the top leagues. Like, I was watching the Premier League, the table. There are 6 teams right now on 18 points.
Yeah.
6 teams right now on the same number of points after the same number of games played. Only Arsenal, City, and Chelsea have a little leeway between them. But everybody else on 18 points. You just think about how crazy it's going to be for like you can't drop points because
Can't
you
drop
drop points. At least 5 other teams would stretch the gap on you. You can't drop points. You can't drop points. You can't lose.
You went through that stage now. Now you're getting into what, at least in the Premier League, the most intense period of the season.
Right now.
No, you're about to get into it in a couple of weeks.
After the international break.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Christmas period.
I meant to ask you about that. What is the international break?
They just stop to play international games. The country, like World Cup qualifiers and stuff.
Your home country.
Yeah.
So no clubs play football. Well, most of the big European leagues, all the clubs would stop playing football for that period, whatever period that FIFA sanctioned. So it normally it's be like 2 weeks.
Yep.
And the players who get called up to their national team would be released to go to their home country to play for the team. So
got it.
Everybody goes all over the place. And,
next season they change, right? They change it next season.
I know they're changing it next season. They're gonna do a longer break, like 4-week break.
And then so they combine to one long break for the season.
When we come back from that next week, this is the intense part.
After a couple
because they're going to be football. They're going to be football right through. I mean, at least in La Liga, there's a Christmas break. Premier League said no, we playing football.
We play football
until these guys drop dead. They have to drop down and dead for we to stop play football.
Like drivers, that European.
Yeah, they playing like 2 games. Somebody played 2 games in 2 games. A game every 3 games, like 2 games in a week, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
sometimes every 3 days, you're playing a game.
Yeah.
Depending on if you in every competition, every 3 days you play a game, and like that's crazy in foot because rest is very important for footballers to be able to perform properly, and at least 72 hours is needed. Sometimes they don't even get the 72 hours. Sometimes they get like 60 something. Sometimes it's a 2 day, like they would play Sunday and have to play Tuesday. That's not enough rest, and that's where your squad is now tested because you can't risk playing your best 11 every game now. So now you had to call on your subs to be able to rotate players in, and that's when now you could see how deep your squad is.
Yeah. So now, so your bench is of real value this time.
Yes. Yep. So in rotation and also playing such an intense part in the season, injuries gonna happen. People are getting injured. Guaranteed. So you have those things together, man. Yeah, it'd be intense.
Okay.
So
by
January, you would see by January you would see you'd be able to know the sides who gonna do something by January. So
January,
the table would shape up. They would start to see the table shaping up, both in the Champions League and in the leagues, La Liga, Premier League, and all the other leagues. You would start to figure out, okay, is it going to be one team running away with it? Is it a 2-horse race? Is it a 3-horse race? Is it that everybody is equally bad and you really can't call it? by January, you would start to. The picture starts forming a little better.
So, all right. And by then, I know I keep teasing it, but I have no choice but to have it. I would have had it today, but it didn't come in the mail in time. I'll have my jersey.
So we say next week?
We should say next week. Put it in the book.
So are we all coming in football jerseys next week? That's what we're doing?
I think we could do that. Yes. I think we can do that.
We gotta do.
You go with your team next week.
I don't know if I'm going to have my background next week. Maybe. We'll see. But I'll definitely have the jersey next week. When I do the backgrounds, everything gets funky. So I'll just leave it to this.
I'm not trying to guess what your team is. I would like to be surprised on the day.
Okay.
Well, you already say it's not Liverpool.
It's not Liverpool, it's not Arsenal. That's all I know.
Yes, it's not those two. Although I was looking up
It
and
would
down.
be funny.
I was like, I could see.
I think it's not City either.
I think it would be funny if it's Manchester United. It would be funny. I don't think you would, but it would be hilarious if it was. It would be hilarious.
Dumbass choice. We made your dumbest decision in life. I will judge you from now until that kingdom come. If ever you tell me Manchester United.
Like somebody said, you pick now to become a Man U fan. Like
No.
you putting yourself in this heartbreak on purpose. I already in this. I don't have a choice. You choosing this? Like the boy who was like is it Jets?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna support any other team, but I hate this. I hate the Jets.
I hate this team.
I hate this team.
I mentioned this, but I hate this team.
So before we wrap up, we spoke about the intense period, and we have something we want to share just to give you an idea of what it could be. And this is the beauty of the sport too.
That's how difficult it is down there.
We spoke about this, and I think Monty, you were most fascinated with this. And you have to unmute, buddy.
I can't even imagine playing in this kind of weather. Palace for doing this.
Yeah, I mean,
Going on a bicycle on a completely white field.
I don't even know where to start with the amount of awe. I think I'll start with, I ain't going out there. So start there.
You could wait. Dad, you can remember a few years ago when we were in Florida and we played the family football game.
Oh.
We were in Florida in winter. Florida is not cold. It's Florida. We were in shorts and whatever. It was cold. I'm from Trinidad. I know heat.
but let's define
that was cold.
What
exactly. It wasn't that cold for all your standard. For me,
I think
it was
would have
cold.
been like it was cold. I can say it was cold, even
What
by
cold?
our standard. Huh?
What's cold?
I would say like 45, like low 40s.
In the middle of the day, it was 45.
It was like no, it was
Mid-afternoon,
evening.
mid-afternoon.
It was evening heading to night because it was the night time by the time we left.
Yeah, it was cold. It was cold.
Did you just put on your sweatshirt and go out and play?
Well, we played long sleeves.
No, you played a long sleeve. I play in a white t-shirt and a short pants because I thinking we go and play football. That's what footballers wear. I was cold. I was like, this is not real.
We leave by Canada. Them cool was. It was cool. It was cool.
So
Like, what we doing here?
that by their standards, by Canadian standards, that's probably just another Sunday.
I'm not going in that. Not me.
I don't know how, because I think it's still even compared to the American football, because remember you have lines.
Yeah.
You constantly have to be drawing those lines.
Yeah.
Just keeping four lines.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
In football, figure it out.
Did you ever see the Fog Bowl, Jordan?
Ever saw the what?
The Fog Bowl.
No.
So you know, there's the Super Bowl, the Orange Bowl.
Yeah.
There was
I know the Rose Bowl too.
Right. There was a playoff game with Chicago and Philly.
Right.
In Chicago. And it was called the Fog, F-O-G, the Fog Bowl.
Yeah.
The fog was so thick, you couldn't see 5 feet in front of you.
And you had to play in that.
And you had to play in that. So, like, guys would be running and not see anybody and say, oh, I think I'm in a pow! Just smack right the camera. So, you know, in a football game, the camera is overhead.
Yeah.
On the field. They had to bring the camera down to field level to get some
be able to see.
Audience. You could not see.
Wow.
They were like, who was Randall Cunningham was Philly's QB. So he said, you know, he could feel the snap, he could feel the center, he could feel the snap. He knows that there's people on the other side, the Chicago.
He's throwing that ball.
Right. He was like, I could step back, and when I take my 2-3 steps back, he was like, I saw nothing. So I'm just gonna do the
run
and let's see what happens.
And how is that receiver? How does the receiver know to put
Where
your
to
hand
go?
up. Where to go? No, you could know where to go, but
did a
where
lot
the
of
ball is
running.
coming from.
They
If
did
the ball is coming to you first.
both teams did a lot of running plays. Like, look it up. The Fog Bowl. It was
Yeah, you had to
great.
run. You had to run because you can't throw the ball because you
Who won?
can imagine you throw the ball and everybody looking for it.
Chicago won.
Chicago won.
I think Chicago won. I mean, to that point, like you couldn't see, and literally you're standing there, and then you just run into somebody. Boom! And you know those type of run-ins hurt because your body's not prepared for it. So those really
Nice.
hurt.
Yeah, you can't brace. Yeah.
Those are blind hits.
Mhm.
Shoot.
So
Yeah.
all that to say, I ain't playing in that either. When I can't see in front of me, I'm not playing in that either. Sorry, y'all just gonna have to be mad. But I can see I got my teeth. I don't know. I commend them dudes for playing that game
Yeah.
in the snow.
And I think that's a normal thing for them. They do that.
Yeah.
That's normal for them.
I've seen games. I haven't seen any games with that amount of slow in
a while.
In a long while. But even with the snow that we saw in Europe, it wasn't that amount. This was a crazy amount of snow.
I think I see them stop games already for too much snow. I've seen them stop games already.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Stop games for ice. It has ice. Yeah, stop games for ice. Yeah, but that was crazy. That was crazy. Cool for us to watch.
Yeah, to even think that I'm gonna do a bicycle. Whoever.
Come on. Yeah.
At
Whoever.
that, I'm gonna lose. Screw it. Hit it. Screw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What's you suck it up?
we finished 10.
10 episodes. Still ain't getting no check yet. Go ahead.
But
I get mine.
he gets checked.
I get mine. I get mine.
He buy mic and camera, all kind of shit.
Yeah. I get my check. You didn't get it?
You see this? You see this Nepo
maybe.
baby? You see this Nepo
Maybe.
baby sense?
Maybe I get all the checks and I spend everybody on.
Okay. That's funny.
Run. How you feel like it is? I feel like it is studio any back here. You feel it was free?
I wanted to say
Studio was free?
it's impolite to ask family about money, so I ain't saying anything. Even though I'm old, I have every right to ask. I was like, but that ain't my business. He a grown man.
I'm
So-
gonna ask you fools about money anytime I want. I ain't give a
Uh,
shit
but-
about that.
but now the other one here to your left,
Yeah. You asked him.
yeah. I'm just saying.
Is it to his left?
To his right, excuse me. Yeah. To his right.
Yeah.
I am uncouth. I don't have many couthuses in me. That's a word, right? Couthuses.
Uncouth?
No, couthuses.
It is tonight. You know who we haven't had enough of on the show? We need to improve this. We haven't had Mom.
Yeah.
The lawyer.
Yes.
We have another lawyer.
We had her twice.
You know,
We had
guys,
the
if
first
we
night, and then we went to she cleared up the Robin Givens story.
Almost cleared that up a little too much.
Almost put us in trouble. Almost put us in trouble.
I was thinking, guys, if we had our off-air conversation on air, we might have had to call her
Which one?
about the rabbi.
Yes.
We may have had to call her tonight just to get some legal advice as to what to do after what we said.
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
think? Could you do that, Mom?
Mom, what
You know what
about
you should
if
do? You should ask her if she'd want to do that with you. Let's see what she says.
We should ask Sarah.
Nah,
We-
yeah.
Sarah.
We should tell Sarah. We should tell Sarah
We
to
gotta give
ask her.
shout out to Sarah. We gotta give shout out to Sarah. Sarah went jogging this morning in the cold.
Okay,
Yeah,
this
that's
was-
only that's only New Yorkers. Only weird. Only do weird things. Why would you? Why?
You know why? Because this is the prime weather to run. If you're a runner, it's this weather that you want to run in. You don't want to run in the heat for obvious reasons. And you don't want to run in the dead of cold for, again, obvious reasons. So this 40, 45, 35, like this window,
This one was windy. This one was colder than that. This one was windy, dude.
it was windy.
Not this Trini.
Yeah.
Not this Trini. Not this Trini, I can tell you
But
that.
let me say, she ran. It was at 10:25 a.m.
Okay.
Do you have a tracker on her?
No. We do we share
Oh,
our
I thought
running
you were
stuff.
tracking. I thought you were tracking her movements like a creep. You know, making sure your sister's safe.
Yeah, he's awesome.
We going into business.
Oh. You know what? I'm gonna leave that right there. I don't want anything else. I don't want anything else. I don't want anything else. If you want to be like the rabbi, you go ahead, sir. You go ahead.
Not me. I'm good. But we have to. I think we have to find some time to get the lawyer back on too, because
Yes.
we have a lot of Yeah, 'cause you see the lawyer. If you have a funny lawyer, the money is not the issue. But if you catch your lawyer in a bad mood, she mess up your whole show.
And then she goes start to ask you for the money.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so we gotta be careful of how we do that with this lawyer. So, but yeah, I think we start to incorporate a lot more guests. We gotta find ways to get them on. Bring the lawyer back on. And you know what I saw the other day, man? You know what we really have to do?
Mm.
Ask Lincoln.
I've been meaning about that. Yes, we got.
Let's not say what it is. Let's not say what it is.
I've been meaning about to ask about that. Yeah, like what happened with that?
No,
Okay.
but just we forgot about it. And I saw someone doing something similar with one of the games we spoke about. And
It was hilarious.
dude, guess what? I didn't see the end. So I'm about to save it. And I came out of it was on Instagram. I came out of it, and of course, when I go back, couldn't find it. So I didn't see the end. Had it set up exactly how we spoke about it, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Ready to go.
Yeah, once you're doing that, if we do it pre-recorded, that would be best.
But
You just
it's
play it.
pre-recorded, we gotta do it.
Yeah.
We
You just
gotta do
play it
pre-recorded.
and
So I think that's one of the first things we're gonna come back to.
Yeah.
We gotta do it. We gotta ask Lincoln.
Okay.
We gotta ask Lincoln.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So listen, I'm enjoying it. I mean, in reality, it's 11 episodes because we have a hidden episode that we didn't air. That's
Should that one remain in the vault?
That's our prince. That's our prince episode.
Okay. It just
It's
stays in the
divorce.
vault. Yeah.
It stays in the vault.
when we have a Patreon, we'll post that one there.
yeah,
For the
so,
Patreon. Yeah.
So the
Like
yeah,
for
I-
the pay to see that one.
yeah. We've been doing some pretty cool reels. We had some pretty good moments. I think that it's a good start.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good start.
Oh, Jordan, do your thing. We have to do the other part. Do your thing.
Well, I'm waiting for him to put up a little fancy thing he like to put up now. You know,
You
he
gotta
have to
start
put up-
first, boy. You gotta start first.
Okay, all right.
Go ahead.
So,
Tell me
guys,
what to do.
again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.
Boom. Look at me now, man. Look at
Hit
me.
that notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Make sure and go and check out all our other social media pages: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. We post there. We post reels that would bring you back here. Make sure and share with your friends, share with your family.
We have posted some reels for a while, but we're working on that.
I nothing. We had thing in the chamber waiting, and we had stocks done post, so they could go there and watch some reels. They could get entertained, and then if you want to see more, come and watch the full episodes right here. We try to upload at least every week, so you'll get something from us, something of the sort.
We've been quite good. We've been consistent with that.
Something of the sort every week you should get.
So, I couldn't find a rhyme to go with 10.
Ben.
Was it-
Then.
The Lions
say-
Den.
The Lions Den.
We in the Lions Den. You're in the Lions Den because this is episode 10.
Jesus Christ, no.
Yeah, that
No,
was bad.
no, that was bad. That was bad.
That's
Oh.
what I was confused.
10 doesn't have to be the rhyme, you know.
Go ahead, Snoop Dogg. Give us the lyric. Come on, Sway. Give us the lyric.
Come on, Sway. Episode
How
10.
sway? How sway?
Hold on.
Boom, bam.
Don't quit your day job, eh? Don't quit your
Please.
day job. You have responsibilities. You have people who depend on you. Don't quit your day job and do that.
10
The
episodes. Dope.
person depends on me still drinking milk.
Tight. Looking for another 20 episodes. I can't figure out what rhymes with tight. But I was right there. I was 3 bars in.
Bright.
There you go. Some shit like that.
Don't get in a fight. Cause I'll hit you with all my might.
All right, Snoop. All right,
You better go fly a kite. Everything
think,
gonna
yeah.
be all right.
Okay.
All right, guys. So I think we're gonna wrap it up here. You know, I think it's this about the end here.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
We're gonna end this for the night.
All right.
Blink twice if you need help, please. Lord.
Offside and other bongs. We out, guys.
Signing out. 10
10 down.
All right.
Peace.
All right, later. Peace.